Hello, this time I'll talk a bit about the drivetrain. First things first, the engine. It's a 125cc single cylinder 4-stroke from some no-name Chinese factory, so it was only about $250. It comes with an automatic clutch that engages when the engine reaches a certain RPMs, and a transmission with 3 speeds forwards and 1 reverse. To the engine I mounted a cheap carburetor and a fuel tank that I haven't attached to the tank yet. From the engine sprocket goes a 420 chain to a 43 teeth sprocket that is welded to a 26 tooth sprocket, and from there goes a chain to a 45 teeth sprocket that is mounted directly to the differential. So this creates a lot of speed reduction that will hopefully be enough for the engine to get the tank moving. What you might notice is that the two sprockets are mounted on bolts, and that's for tensioning the chains. That gives me a 2-axis movement for the sprockets, and with that I can make sure both chains are tensioned properly. You also might ask, why does the chain go over the engine like that, and if it wouldn't be easier to just rotate the engine and have a shorter chain go straight to the differential. And that's what the original plan was, but then the engine would spin in the wrong direction, so this was the best solution I could come up with. The issue with this is all that grease from the chain is gonna go on the engine, so I'll probably have to make some sort of wall to isolate the chain from the engine, and also from my legs on the other side. Now, the differential is from an old car called Skoda Spartak. It's the only differential I could find for a reasonable price, and it was in a great condition, at least the inside was. Then I had to make the shafts connect to the differential somehow. Luckily the differential has just these big slots, so making an interface for that wasn't difficult. Mounting the chain sprocket was a bit annoying, because I needed to make a big hole in the sprocket. Also, if you're wondering, all these sprockets that I have, I bought as blanks, that companies buy and drill and cut all the holes in to make them lighter, but I didn't really need that. This was cheaper, and most importantly I could make the mounting holes wherever I wanted. Also, the differential had these two large bearings that I decided to use, and welded the outer housings to plates so I can just bolt them to the frame, so the whole differential is simply held by 8 bolts. The shafts coming from the differential are 25 mm in diameter, and for mounting the brake disc and the track sprocket on them I got a tube that fits around the shaft, and then put two 6 mm bolts through the pipe and the shaft, and the plate that holds the brake disc as well as the sprocket plates are just welded to those pipes. And I think that's it for the drivetrain. I also need to make pedals and levers for braking. I'll have one pedal for throttle and a second pedal for shifting, so it's gonna be like a two-sided pedal, so I can shift up and down, and two hand levers for the brakes. It doesn't get much simpler than this when it comes to tracked vehicle drivetrains. I also did some work on the electronics for the engine, but that will be in a separate video. And that's it for now. Bye!